Enigma. Normally, I do not. I had to stream this, okay? Because I didn't feel like going to another program and then recording a video and then uploading it when I could just stream it and show you guys what the problem is, especially in historic brawl. Okay, this is the reason why I literally took 8 hours of my time to complete all 15 wins, weekly and daily challenges for today. And I gotta tell you, out of the course of 8 hours, from 1:30 to 9:30, which was I was about done about around 8:20 or 9:20, sorry, but around 9:20, so about 8 hours, I have faced all decks of counterspells except maybe 2 or 3. And at an estimated guess, I've been in at least 40 duels. 40 duels. Now let's and this is with surrendering. So it may have been more than that. It may have been about 50. So like, this is the issue. You people who play mono blue or any kind of blue deck in general, you abuse counterspells and Magic. Now, this is exactly, and this is from all the haters, because trust me, if you've watched my videos and you know how much I can't stand counterspells, then you're a hater. And you'll do anything to get under my skin because you're a hater. So every toxic comment that you've ever heard me say in the game, you deserve. Because you're doing it intentionally. You're doing it to get under my skin and to irritate the shit out of me. And for that matter, you deserve every toxic comment that you've ever received. Whether it's from me or from any other player. Because you're abusing it. Look at how many spells there are here. Look at this. 1, 2, well, let's just count. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 42. 42 counterspells. 42 counterspells. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. 42 counterspells. Wizards, what are you doing? What are you doing? There doesn't need to be any more counterspells. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? If you're going to have historic... I'm sorry, but if you're going to have an historic game mode, why have 42 freaking counterspells in the game? Why? Now, let's just go in cards in general here. Okay? We're gonna go just cards in general. Any color, no filter. Here we go. Here it is. Can't be countered. $10, $16. Including a counterspell. Wizards, are you serious? You have 42 different counterspells. Okay? Oh wait, there may have been more because I didn't even put the craft on. So let's put the craft on for can't be countered here. $10, $20, $30, $35 cards that can't be countered. Now let's just go to counterspells. Let's just go to counterspells just for the shit, just for shits and giggles. Let's do it. Let's go. This doesn't count because that's 1/1 counters. I may actually have to put instance in. Here we go. Yeah. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 92 counterspells. And I don't even have 4 of some of these counterspells. So you take 92 times 4. Are you serious? That's almost 600 counterspells. No. Maybe almost 450. If not between 450, between 400, let's just say between 400 and 500 counterspells. If you have all 4 copies of every counterspell of any rarity, compared to 52 cards that can't be countered, that's all I have to say. You've seen it, folks. You've seen it. You've seen it right there. You've seen it. And people abuse this. People abuse the crap out of this. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. If you're going to have, I'm sorry, but if you're going to have a historic game mode, Wizards, then you need to start banning some counterspells. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say about it. You need to start banning counterspells. And some of these are in the category of the ones that can't be countered are in this category. So maybe like give or take a few. 2, 1 at the most. I've only seen 1. 1. I mean, at this rate, you may as well just make a whole bunch of cancel. Just throw in like 42 or 92 freaking copies of cancel. At this rate, this is ridiculous. 2 cards so far. I've found 2 cards that are not actual counterspells. So 90 counterspells times 4. And you expect people to not get mad about this? Really? Really? You wouldn't see this stuff in card shops. You wouldn't see these kind of decks in tournaments. They would get banned. They may win, but they get banned. Trust me, I've seen it firsthand. I know. I was a victim. If you've seen my past video, my past stream, and you've heard me talk about a mono blue deck that won the tournament at the local card shop when I played real life Magic cards, it's a thing. It's a thing. It is definitely a thing. You can get banned for running counterspells. You can get banned for it. If so many people complain about it, oh yeah, you can get banned for it. And you best believe if I go to a card tournament or join a card tournament and I see nothing but mono blue decks with counterspells and 1/1 creatures in them, you best believe I'm gonna complain. Because that's taking the fun out of the game. This is uncalled for, Wizards. It's uncalled for. Yes, I'm very irritated. I am very, very irritated. If I've played 40 games, 50 games, and only three decks that I played against were non-counterspell, and granted, I won some of those counterspell games against an opponent, but that's beside the point. I shouldn't have to worry about, oh, is my spell going to get countered every time I play a game? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Shit, even Magic Duels wasn't this bad. Magic Duels was not this bad. Period. It's annoying. It's annoying. It really is. It is the most annoying thing in the game. And it's the most toxic thing to do in the game. Every game, what rinse and repeat every game, the most annoying thing I've ever. This disgusts me. I cannot believe that Wizards would allow 90 counterspells in the deck. And I know why they keep adding them, because, oh, well, I mean, we have a standard format and we have a historic format. I get that. But if you're going to make a historic brawl game mode, then you need to make a commander game mode. If you're going to have 90 counterspells in the game, and that's just one copy of each, 90 counterspells in a game, then you need to make a commander format of 4 players. You need to make a commander format of 4 players, because this is ridiculous. This is uncalled for. This is uncalled for. And only have a third, not even a third of the cards in the game that have an effect that can't be countered? You gotta be kidding me, right? You gotta be kidding me. That's what made Embalm so good for Magic Duels when Magic Duels was a big thing. And Embalm was the best counter to that. Was the best thing they could have done against counterspells. Literally, the best strategy ever. And of course, that's Omniket, and Omniket's like very freaking old. All I'm going to say is this. It's okay to run counterspells in your deck. Don't get me wrong. It's okay. It's okay to run counterspells. But the fact is, if you're a player that depends on counterspells to carry you through the game, every single game that you play, rinse and repeat over and over and over again. May I remind you, there are 4 other colors in the game. 5 if you include colorless. All I'm going to say is, if you need counterspells in your deck, you're depending on your counterspells too much, and you don't know how to play the game. That's all I'm saying. That's something that a beginner would do, is to play nothing but counterspells every game and act like they got skill, when really it's the counterspells carrying them. I'm calling cyber abuse. I'm calling it. Running counterspells is cyber abuse. It's a thing now. Hashtag cyber abuse. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Well, like I said, I get it. I get it. When you have there's spells that you're gonna want to counter. I get that. I really do. But if you're gonna play Commander, I've seen people so bad, like so manipulative with their counter spells that they would counter a freaking a search for lands. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you're gonna counterspell a land search when there's other things you can counter, unless of course you have 50 counterspells in your deck. Then it don't mean jack, does it? If you got 50 spells in your 50 different counter spells in your deck, then I guess there's no need to even consider not countering a mana search spell or one card draw spell or a life gain spell that doesn't really do anything except give maybe 3 health at bare minimum. I'm salty. You best believe I'm salty about it. I shouldn't have to play any game mode in Magic at all. In Magic Arena, I should not have to play. Nobody should have to play 50 games, 40, 50 games, and then 9/10 of those games, maybe a higher odds, is counterspell. It's ridiculous. Look, I'll even go out of the way and show my the deck I've been using in Historic Brawl here recently. I recently got a Golos. You want to know what's in my deck? Oh, here we go. We're gonna go right into it. We're gonna go right into it. Golos is my commander. Okay. Like, I literally had to take out. I'm not sure. I had to take out a card, a two spelled card, just to add Destiny Spinner in the deck. And even then, I'm still not getting Destiny Spinner. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's annoying. It's straight up annoying. Nobody should have to. Nobody should have to play 50 games of Magic and have 47 of those games be counterspells. Like, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. Okay, put it that way. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. If you need counterspells at all for majority of your games, you need to rethink your strategy and get better at the game. That's fact. I've played Magic since I was freaking 12 years old. And I gotta tell you, I'm 33 now. So that should tell you that I've played 21 years of Magic. 21 years of Magic since 7th edition. I started in 7th edition. So maybe a little bit more months, give or take. But that's where I started. I started at 7th edition. And there's more counter spells now than there ever was, ever. There's more counter spells now than there was back then. At least back then, man, I gotta tell you, when I played Magic back in the day, nobody ran a counterspell deck. Nobody. Everybody I knew never considered building a counterspell deck. Ever. Everybody that I've known has always had a deck that had real strategy to it. If your strategy is counterspelling, you need to rethink your strategy. That's all. That's done deal. Done. Like that's it. Like, I'm not even going to announce it. You all can take the time to watch this video if you want to know every single card in this deck. If you want to know every single card in this deck, you have to take the time to watch the video. I'm not. From now on, I will do a deck reveal, but I am not naming cards anymore. You want to know my deck? Then you're gonna have to watch the video and go through it yourself. Because every time I do a deck reveal and I announce that something I don't like, it gets used against me. So from now on, I'm not going to say what I like and don't like. Well, I might share what I like. This deck, I like it when I can play it. This deck is fun. It's fun. When I can play this deck, it's fun. Yeah, and I will admit, there is a one never-ending combo in this deck. But I have a 2 in 98 chance of getting it. And I say 2 in 98, which would be a 1 in 49 chance of getting that combo. And that's a 2-piece combo. And I'm pretty sure you would already see it here. Technically 3-piece because it includes the commander. But you got to, like, that's all I'm saying. There's a combo piece in here, but I'm not going to announce it. I'm not going to show it. I'm not going to announce it. You can figure it out for yourself. All I'm saying is, and I've said it 4 times already, and I'm about to say it again. If you know who I am, or you just skim through my videos or whatever you've done, and you've watched my videos, and you're the type of person that would do anything to irritate somebody, then you need to get a life. You need to get a life and stop making enemies. And stop irritating people. Because it may seem funny to you, but one of these days, somebody's going to irritate the crap out of you, and you're not going to like it. And then you're gonna grow up, or you're hopefully you'll mature enough and wake up and realize, hey, maybe I shouldn't have made fun of that guy when I did the same thing to him, because now it's happening to me. That's called karma. That's literally called karma. Karma's a thing. Whether you want to believe in it or not, it is a thing. Do unto others as you would want to be done on, or treat others the way you like to be treated. That's a better way of putting it. But my philosophy is not only is that, but if you're gonna irritate me on purpose, then you best believe I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna call you out on just exactly what you are. And you can shame me for it. You can hate me for it. You can dislike me for it. The truth is you brought it on yourself. If you're gonna depend on 90 different counter spells, give or take, at all, and depend on that kind of strategy, then you need to rethink your strategy. You need to go back into your decks and be like, okay, I'm depending on counter spells too much. What can I do to make this game better? My game better. Without the use of counter spells, without the use of exiling. Could I make a strategy without being that kind of guy that everybody dislikes? Because honestly, let me tell you the truth. If I was really a content creator and I wanted to irritate the crap out of everybody, I would be that guy. I would be that guy that would run counter spells all the time and take infinite turns and pull infinite loops. Yeah, I may pull infinite loops from time to time, but most of the time it's on accident. Most of the time it's on accident. And when I make a deck, I make it for fun. I don't make it to exploit and try hard and take the fun out of everybody's time playing the game. I play to play the game. I play to have fun. I play also to win, but who says you can't win and have fun at the same time? Who says you can, who says that? Besides the guys who want to win all the time and not have fun. Period. Those are the kind of guys that I call basket cases. Because they play to win. They play competitively. On a competitive level. And they let that competitiveness go to their head. And when they lose, they get irritated. For me, when I get irritated, It's because of a basket case. It's because of those competitors that play competitive card play in non-competitive situations. Like, for example, friendly brawl, historic brawl. You don't really gain anything out of that. It's not ranked. It's not ranked playlist. It's for fun. And you want to bring in a counterspell deck or an exile deck or here's a good example. Any kind of counterspell deck or Urion deck, an extra turn deck, any of those kind of decks, you want to bring those to the table? Well, let me be more specific. An infinite turn loop extra turn deck, and you want to bring those decks to the table? Your best option is to find other people like you. Because that's the only kind of people you're going to ever be associated with, who are only going to be friends with you, are the people that are just like you. Now, don't get me wrong, I play competitive games like Call of Duty, and I play other competitive games like, well, that's about it, really. Call of Duty, Smite, Magic. Excuse me. But who says you can't have fun at the same time? That's why I don't play Battle Royale games anymore. Because it's so competitive. Like, I'm at the age now where I want to chill. I want to chill and play the game. Not be irritated by everything every time I turn around. In a game or in reality. Now, everybody's different. Everybody has their own perspective. Everybody has their own ways of playing a game. I get that. But, at the same time, I'm actually... basically what I'm trying to say is, and I hope I made that message perfectly clear. Stop abusing counterspells and Magic the Gathering. Period. Stop abusing them. Especially in Arena. Especially in Arena. In Historic. There's cards out there that you're going to want to counterspell. I get that. But at the same time, why? Why be the guy who depends on counterspells? Because I'm not. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to lower myself to your standards. If you're a counterspell guy, or you're an infinite loop multi-turn kind of guy, yeah, I may play. I do play Auron's Epiphany. I do have that card in this deck. That's the only thing I'm going to tell you. But it's not an infinite loop combo. It's only a one-turn thing. It's okay to play cards like that. But if you're going to put them in a strategy to where you know you're going to win because the other person can't do anything, because you're that type of person that just wants to rub it in their face. Whether you say good, whether you're a good sport about it or not, when you say good game at the end or whatever, whether you say that or not, the initial part of it is the fact that you built that deck, you know the strategy of your own deck, and you abuse that power. You abuse that power of that knowledge. And if you're going to play competitively, then you need to stay in ranked. If you're a competitive Magic player, or you're a competitive Smite player, or you're a competitive Call of Duty player, or you're a competitive gamer of any game whatsoever, and there's a ranked playlist in that video game, and you're a competitor, then you need to stick with the ranked. And if you get stomped, well, then you got what you deserve. Because that's exactly who you're facing off against. is somebody just like you, a competitive player. So all I have to say is, if you're having this problem with these people who play counterspell decks, your best option is to build a deck surrounded by cards that can't be countered by counterspells. Because that's literally what I'm going to have to do from now on. If I find another counterspell deck, or if I face off another day like this, morning, night, afternoon, 24 hours, all up all night or not, which I haven't been up all night, but I've been up pretty much all morning, then I guess that's the only alternative then, isn't it? And then you're going to be forced to play a different strategy. But the thing of it is once you play one strategy, especially in games like this, they're definitely going to, eventually you're going to cross paths with them again, and they're going to build another deck that counters your new strategy. And then you're constantly making new decks over and over and over again, rather than sticking with one deck. And to be quite honest with you, I don't know every little strategy that's in Magic Arena, because I've only played this game for 2 months. Maybe 3 at the most. And I've got maybe half the cards. Maybe half. So I still got a whole bunch of cards to go through yet. As you've seen when I went to the counterspells, I don't craft counterspells. I don't. I really don't. I mean, I can. As much money as I put into this game, I could have. But no. And I've supported Magic video games online since the beginning, since on Xbox, where it originated from. That's where it originated from. On Xbox 360. Technically, Xbox in general, just Xbox. Because that's where Battlegrounds came from. But yeah, I've played since 7th edition. And my favorite card out of 7th edition, the 7th edition, the starter, was Sword Elemental. My favorite card in general, and I still say this card today. My favorite card of all time is Chroma. It's Chroma. Despite all these new cards and despite all the most overpowered cards in the game, my favorite card is always going to be a Chroma. Angel of Wrath. Why? Because it's basically like a Chroma's Memorial in this game, which is why I run a Chroma's Memorial. Because it's the next thing I got with a Chroma. It's literally a Chroma, but it's just her memorial site. If I can't have the actual Chroma or Angel of Wrath, then I guess I'm going with the Chroma's Memorial. Just please stop abusing the exile and counter spells. That's all I ask. Just stop. Be better than that. Better yourself. And come up with deck strategies on your own. Don't look up these deck strategies online that you know are going to work. I mean, you can if you want to, but at the same time, don't abuse them either, because then you don't learn anything. You don't learn anything. The work would be done for you, and you don't learn anything. If you take the time to make a Magic deck yourself, and you tweak it, to where it's unbeatable or pretty close, that's true Magic. That's a true Magic player. That makes you a true master at Magic. An expert. Not depending on everybody else's stuff that they've created. If you take a deck with the material cards that you have and you build a deck, and maybe you see bits and pieces of somebody else's cards that that you want, that you've seen in the game or in real life, whatever. Then get those cards, craft those cards, and then try to piece it better with your deck. Don't copy their deck because you already know that's going to work. And if you want to learn, and get the best experience at the game, make your own deck and work at your own pace and work your deck to perfection. That's it. That's the best advice I can give you. Or you could be as fake can be and go on and look up somebody else's deck and copy their exact deck and be a fake and not learn anything. Honestly, me learning about cards and stuff and trying to piece things together with my own deck and my own strategy and my own put together, to me that's fun. To me that's like opening a book and reading it, in a sense. I don't read books, but that's a metaphor. But you get what I'm saying. So, you can like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification bell icon. Same difference. On this channel. Or you could go to my Twitch account, Shadows Enigma, which I will be streaming there later on today at 4:30, unless something comes up. Which tomorrow I'm off, so luckily we're gonna be going shopping tomorrow, so we won't be home all day, and tomorrow's not a stream day anyway. So, but if something does fall on one of those stream days, I will try and announce it as much as I can prior. That way you all know, and everybody knows that there will be a stream that day, but it'll be at a different time. You can also follow me on Facebook. You can follow me there. Just type in my name, Jesse Bruce, Jesse, no I, and then Bruce. So Jesse Bruce. You can follow me there, or you can, just keep watching these videos. I could put links in the description, but I won't worry about that right now. That's for uploading. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this content. Sorry for ranting your ears off, but I had to get this off my chest because evidently there's people out there that do watch this channel, and you know who you are. You know who you are. You watch my channel, watch my streams, and you use these cards against me. And I know you do, because otherwise I wouldn't be seeing it 47 times out of 50 times in Magic Arena. Just saying. So all the real ones out there, that do follow and that do subscribe and that do support the channel and that do support my streams and that do respect my opinion and that do all those amazing things that you do. You're real ones, and I appreciate you, and I wish nothing but the best for you. But to the ones that that hate and 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 that hate, just so you know, good luck to you. Good luck to you. That's all I have to say. Because you ain't gonna get anywhere. You can hate all you want. It's just going to destroy you in the end. In the long run, you're only hurting yourself. You're not hurting me, you're not hurting anybody else. Just yourself. And I might even have in another video, next stream. There might be some things to talk about. I may have to actually write them down and write them down and make a note of that. But yes, well, hopefully you enjoyed this content video, and catch you all on the flip side. Peace.